Zdravo, dragi prijatelji, nadam se da ste nam dobri. Danas će Abby nam pokazati da pravimo jednostavno tijesto za picu. I također, one će neke stvari staviti na tu picu kad ispeći, ali vi možete odlučiti kasnije šta ćete vi staviti.
Hi guys, today we're going to be making pizza for Kids Corner. The thing I love about pizza is that you can make it however you want. You can make it big or small. I don't know why you would want to make a small pizza. You can put extra cheese on it, extra toppings, anything you like. So for our pizza dough, we're going to need flour, sugar, olive oil, salt, yeast, and a little bit of warm water. So for our first step, I already did it, but I wanted to show you guys what I did. So we have 1 package of yeast, and this is 7 grams. If you don't have the small packages of instant yeast, you can buy it in the bulk, and it's 1 tablespoon. So we have that in here with 1 cup of warm water and 1 tablespoon of sugar. And I just stirred it up a little bit. As you can see, it's a little bit foamy and bubbly. That's what we want. So we wanted it to sit for about 5 minutes before I started this, so it gets all foamy and activated. If you're using active dry yeast, you're gonna need to wait about 15 minutes for it to do that. So we have our base here. So now we're going to add 2 to 2.5 cups of flour. You kind of have to just eyeball this. You start with 2 cups, and then if you need to add more, you can add more. So here's 1 cup and 2 cups. And then we're gonna add a teaspoon of salt. There we go. So now we're just gonna mix this all together until it forms a nice dough. So with the yeast and the sugar, we add 1 cup of warm water. I'm not sure if I said that. So now you can see it's coming together to be kind of a nice dough here. I'm gonna add a little bit more flour because it's still a little bit sticky, as you can see. And this is where I'm gonna go in with my hands because it's just easier than messing with a spoon. And it's more fun. So just kind of knead the flour into the dough. Gonna add a little more flour. Okay, almost ready here. So now we can actually dump this out on our counter with a little bit of that extra flour in there. Spread it out, and then we don't really need to knead this very long. I'm just getting all the flour incorporated so it's a nice soft dough and it's not too sticky. Okay, so this dough is perfect. So now you can leave it for 30 minutes to, it won't rise very much, but you can let it sit for a little bit and it'll become a softer, more tender dough. But you absolutely don't have to. If you're hungry and you're ready for pizza, you can just roll it right out and start making your pizza right away. Okay guys, I also forgot to mention, we added a tablespoon of olive oil to the wet ingredients. So I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. A tablespoon of olive oil, add that in. So now we have our dough. It's looking beautiful. It's really soft and nice. So now we're just gonna roll it out or press it out. At my house, I don't have a rolling pin, so I just use my hands, but here at Isgård, we have a rolling pin. So I'm just gonna roll it out until it's whatever shape. If you want a square pizza, you can do a square pizza. If you want a circle pizza, you can do a circular pizza. Anything you want. So it should be pretty thin. We don't want it too thick. Okay, mine's gonna be kind of this funky shape. I like it that way. So just a little bit of a circle, a little bit of a square. So here we go. It's pretty thin now. I would say that's thin enough. So now we're just gonna add this to our pan. I'm gonna spread a little bit of olive oil on it, and just so it doesn't stick to the pan. So we'll just grease the pan right here real quick. You can use your hands. Just spread it around. Here we go. Okay, so now I have my pizza dough. Looking lovely. Just put it on here, however it fits. And then we can kind of stretch it to make it fit and press it in. Perfect. So now we're going to prick it with a fork. This helps any air bubbles to kind of go out of it when it's baking. So we'll just prick it a few times here. And then we're gonna put it in the oven for 5 minutes before we put our toppings on. This just helps it cook a little bit before you put your toppings on so it's not soggy. All right, guys, so we have our oven preheated to 180 degrees Celsius, which is 375 for our Fahrenheit people. So we're just gonna pop this in for about 5 minutes, no longer. So we're not cooking it all the way through, just pre-cooking it a little bit. All right, guys, so while our crust is in the oven, we're just gonna make our sauce for our pizza. So I get this just tomato puree, and then I doctor it up a little bit. So I put some things in it to make it yummy. So we'll put a little, you can put whatever you want in it. I like to do some parsley, some dried parsley. This is dried basil. I like to put dried oregano in it as well, but I don't have any here today. This is some onion powder. I love to put garlic powder in as well. And then we'll put a little bit of salt in as well. And again, whatever tastes good to you, anything to your liking. So we'll just mix this up and then it'll be ready to put on our pizza. All right, guys, so our pizza crust is out of the oven. You can see it's just a little bit baked, not all the way. So now we can put whatever we want on top. Today I have sauce, cheese, and some like sugo meso, like pepperoni. But you can put, of course, whatever you want on it. So we'll start with the sauce. Just drizzle some on, as much or as little as you want. I've also done this with like garlic and olive oil, and it's really delicious that way too. All right, we're gonna pour this baby. Ooh. Okay, and now we're just gonna spread it around. Okay, perfect. Now, my favorite part, the cheese. So I have some just shredded cheese here. I also like to get the balls of mozzarella and like break those up and put it on. That's really delicious to have some fresh mozzarella on it, but this is just Edamer, any white cheese that you like. So we'll put lots of this on because this is the good stuff. So my favorite topping to put on pizza, and this is a little bit controversial, is pineapple. Pineapple and ham on pizza is the way to go. If you haven't tried it, definitely try it. I know I'm sure I'm gonna get some hate in the comments for that, but pineapple on pizza is where it's at. I don't have any here today though, so. Okay, so as much cheese as you like. I like a lot, clearly. We'll just do all of this on here because we're in quarantine and why not, right? Okay, so now add your pepperoni or whatever toppings you have. All right, guys, so our pizza is ready. It's all toppinged up and it's ready for the oven. So we're gonna put it in that same 375 degree or 180 degrees Celsius oven for about 15 minutes. You might wanna check on it at about 10. So it's been a little over 15 minutes, so we're gonna check our pizza. I think it's done. Oh yeah, it's looking beautiful and gooey and cheesy and delicious. So now we're gonna let that sit for about 10 to 15 minutes if you can wait that long to cut it, just so it stays all together and doesn't fall apart. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you loved making pizza with me. Send us pictures if you made pizza and show me what you put on it. Try the pineapple and ham. I promise you it's delicious. So thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this.